Hello, all. Welcome back to my reactions of Friendship is Magic, Season 6, Episode 8, A Heartwarming Tale. Insert dragon pun, insert tail pun there. Right, okay, so I know, I saw Spike in the thumbnail, I know Starlight's name, and I also saw, during the redirect, a Christmas Carol. So this is going to be involving the Christmas Carol. And warmly, I love that. I love the Christmas Carol. It's my favorite Christmas story, and I love all variations of it. I don't think I've ever seen one I've never enjoyed. Freaking let me be surprised by this stuff. It's my own fault, really. I'm frazzled right now. I have had a rough start with the episode, getting everything working right. There were problems with my computer, finally get those work, and just as I was about to start, the internet fritz up for like half an hour. And of course, it fixes right before I try something to try to help it work better. Which means taking more time! That's why the light's on. I'm doing this much later in the day, which means I'm going to have even less time to edit, because yeah, I'm not happy. Anyways. Like I said, I normally really love Christmas Carol variants. Favorite story of the season. Kind of annoyed at Netflix's terrible descriptions. It's my own fault. I should have had the monitor off or something. I don't know. But, yeah. Let's just get to this stupid frickin'... Sorry, I'm in a bad mood because of how long this took. Well, it would have been a good mood today, but everything is conspiring this week to just make stuff harder. Anyways, let's just get to this. Was not expecting this song. It's alright. Not the top Christmas special song. Christmas Carol illusions suddenly make perfect sense. Spike.
It's a time to spend with friends, and you know that story. Not that one. My favorite holiday story. A heart-warming tale.
Buckhorse clearly has good taste.
Every holiday was filled with holiday spirit.
And it's appropriate because it's literally the story of Christmas that invigorated the holiday to what it has been up until now. And of course it's gonna be Starlight playing us.
That's a worthy goal for any pony. But by all means, if you want to go home early, ignore all of the work you have and spend the rest.
And of course, it's still a more friendly and nice version of the Christmas Carol because ponies. I'm sorry, I thought this was Christmas Carol, not the Grinch. Well, I mean, it's admittedly guaranteed much more effective than Grinch's plan, making everyone forget the holiday.
Snowfall doesn't like Hearthwarming Eve, so she decides to cast a spell to get rid of it altogether? That seems a little extreme. So, you try to make every pony the same by replacing the cutie marks with equal signs? I think what Spike is trying to
Glass house is Starlight.
Reasons for doing things.
I mean,
even Snowfall.
Stop.
If I could continue
Wrong,
the story,
but
we might just find out what they are. Proceed. A pair of horses noticing. You've got our attention, Snowfall Frost.
I like that effect.
They'll be along in a bit. For now, it's just you and me.
Did it have to be a musical episode? I'm not complaining. It's good news. It's decent songs, but... Yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to be liking this one. I'm very high on the list, I mean. It's reinterpreting it as a tale of Ram non-entirely. Hello, Peggy. Okay, I wouldn't mind more Starlight singing. She's actually pretty good. I actually really like her villain song there. What was I? Yeah, I take back what I said. Book horses have good taste. Okay, I'm saying. Okay, but that's funny, but a running pattern I feel with this show is the song is if it's a song episode, it doesn't have a high chance of being good. And I'm really not feeling this episode. It's because it could be. Man. What do you mean, what's going to happen? You're literally trying to destroy it! What the? Oh, no. Right, so while that was certainly the best part of the episode, but not only because, Luna's song, something I never thought I'd get, which I'm happy about,
I was hoping I wasn't too late for the party. I brought gifts.
I just feel like this story overtly misses the, entirety of everything of points and subtleties and the reason why the story even works in the first place of the Christmas Carol. It's a decent Christmas story, but it's not even that great of a Christmas Carol.
I was in a hurry. I'll do better next time. No one's ever given Snowballs was the Hearth's
I do like the fact that they acknowledge at least the fact that she was kind of setting off the apocalypse.
Thanks for letting me read you the story.
It was the only part that really, I wouldn't say understood the original story's entire message, but it at least one that makes sense in regards to this world. Without it feeling like it had been dumbed down for 2-year-olds. To the point of breaking it. Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna figure out what bugbear's got up my OBS this time to make it take so much CPU power to use. Oh, no idea. Didn't do that earlier. Man, it's a good thing I cleared as much. Went to that extra mile and cleared so much of the stuff that I didn't want to clear from my computer for doing this because, hoo boy. Right. Okay, so, first of all, I think let's talk about the good stuff. The good stuff. The songs were decent. I liked most of them a lot, and I really liked, especially the first Starlight song and the Luna song. Both were really good just because, A, we get to hear those characters sing, and especially Luna, that's pretty great. And dude, they're just decent, they're good songs. If it's not the theme song, most of the songs in the show are pretty good. The problem is, it suffers through what I like to call magical mystery cure syndrome. Magical mystery cure syndrome is, you have a story you want to tell, but instead of telling that story, you waste most of your time singing, and as such, don't have time to properly explore the themes of the story you're trying to tell. This might have actually worked if you had taken the time to explore these moments. But of course, the fact is, even if you did, I don't think it would have. It might have, but it probably still wouldn't have. Yeah. And that is, in some ways, this is a nicer retelling and sanitized the heck and back and kiddified of the Christmas Carol. fun thing, Snow Frost still wants to actually do some good for the world, and it's just some reason turning into the Grinch partway through the opening. But with the entire idea that they want to actually make the world a better place, and it's not even wrong. Yeah, work hard, learn, and use your abilities to better the world. That's a noble goal. Whereas Scrooge just went, give me my gold. Give me money. Money, 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 money. I don't care about people. And the thing that turned her on the path of evil was the teacher breaking an ornament and giving her a stern lecture. People like to talk about Starlight's fall to the dark side being flimsy. No, that's flimsy. At least I can see how, a little resentment could go from ruining the holiday for everybody else for no reason whatsoever. You find it annoying, fine. But even Scrooge didn't want to get rid of the holiday. Wouldn't have wanted to get rid of the holiday. It annoyed him a lot. But as long as people weren't it wasn't in his presence, he didn't care. He'd have no reason to. Furthermore, Scrooge's turn to a miserly jerk-off was complicated. His dad wasn't exactly a great guy in the original tale, but most of the other people in his life were pretty good. And he still became that. Snow Frost, one lecture, past the evil. And somehow showing that this fact was enough to make her cry and such. And oh my, her forgetting to. And then there's the second part where she completely forgot she was going to get rid of the holiday altogether. Are you that stupid you can't remember the thing you were doing like 10 minutes ago? And then there's what passed. Like, a few people at the party talked bad about her. Whoop-de-doo. Even Scrooge only really cared because it was people, because one, it was his family, and two, it was a party that his family was hosting, and two, said family still stuck up for him. Oh, he took some pot shots too, but he still wished him well. And Tiny Tim was reduced to, we'll give you some nice shoes. I was tempted to throw something. That actually angered me. Like, Tiny Tim and Bob Cratchit and all that. Who gives? About complicated themes and, actual things that would affect someone. Nah. A few words at a party were enough to set them off. And the closest we got to the end, to the proper end of this, to the, Christmas present sass, was one throwback line from, Pinky. And then we got Luna, and which wasn't very shocking. I thought it was probably going to be one of the other main six, but I thought Luna would work better, and then bam, Luna. And I'm like, ooh, Luna, that means we get a Luna song. And I like the fact that it's now all post-apocalyptic because, that's kind of what the holiday's about, keeping the apocalypse from being on set. Like I said, The Christmas Carol is one of my favorite stories, and I'm not the best at analyzing it. I'm seeing other people there are other people out there who do a much better job of analyzing the base story. It's a very important story to the holiday, because the thing is, there are a lot of people who are basically Scrooges at that time. And it was that story that made the holiday into what it became by this point. That made the goodwill towards men part of it so important. And so, yeah, in this case it's, don't either A, be bug nuts insane, like, wow, don't be grouchy and refuse to celebrate the holiday, otherwise you could cause the death of everyone around you. Ugh. Like, I mean, it's even worse because, like, even with not Scrooge, her big problem is that it's just about, meaningless gift giving and such. That doesn't really mean anything, and well, to be frank, that's sometimes a very big problem with the holiday itself. And not, something meaninglessly to be worried about. In this world, it's an arcane ritual to drive off the apocalypse, yes, but the big problem with Scrooge wasn't that, he believed that the acts were meaningless. It's that he didn't give a shit. Give a frick. It would cost him money to do that when he could just save the money for himself. For frick's sake. He even kept the money that you were at the time supposed to put on, the bodies of those that have passed. He just took it off his partner's body and just put it back in his coin purse. Like, it's so... It's not that there haven't been plenty versions of the story that have abbreviated it to heck and back. But most of those people are smart enough to turn a special into an actual special. Like, two-parter, like an hour-long thing. Or to not have as many songs or change the nature of the story. It's been simplified to heck and back, but the thing is, I've never seen a version of the story miss the point of the original so much as this. It's probably on the bottom of the list for me. In terms of retelling. The only saving grace was that part at the end where it wasn't completely sanitized for little bitty kids. Where, no, everybody dies because of your mistake. It is at least a realistic consequence of the original story that was told. And, yeah. It's just... Like I said, it's my favorite Christmas story, and one that's become very dear to my heart, and one that is actually very important to the history of the holiday of itself. I mean, heck, Snowfrost even let Snow Dash have the day off without taking away on pay, apparently. So it wasn't until the sudden swerve to Crazy Town when she just was not a good Scrooge analog. Also, Hearthwarming is a mouthful. Hearthwarming, whichever it is. Hearthwarming. Hearthwarming Eve. Yeah, that is, the more and more of us said here, the more and more it became, I realized it's an overly long mouthful. But yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for the songs taking up so much time, they could have devoted actual time and effort to telling the story, and maybe it wouldn't have been so garbage. It still would have massively missed the point of the original tale, but yeah. Also, I'm not. Another reason I'm bitter about the songs because I had to hold back extra hard on saying things during the song parts because those put the video more at risk at being copyright blocked. Yeah. What you can do? And yeah. But aside from that, yeah, you can tell I'm passionate about this subject because of how long this I barely talked about the content of the episode, but I'll still talk. We all remember Magical Mystery Cure, right? Well, I'm not going to shock anyone here saying, in my opinion, the reason that was so awful was because they donated all that time to the songs instead of telling the story. Lots of other people agree with me on that factoid. It's why it needed to be a free parter. Because you could not tell that story with what was essentially a few minutes runtime. And much like then, now, I like the music, I just did not like the story. It had some funny moments. I was incredibly amused, though not to the point of laughter, so, it won't show up in the reaction image, of the use of Spike's Cocoa break as the ad break. That was well timed. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, topic I'm passionate about. The show hit it and left me rather unhappy. I'm just gonna say it. This is probably my least favorite episode this season, and probably one of my least favorite episodes of the show. But still, I'm ranking it higher than Magical Mystery Cure because it doesn't come with any world-shaking events shoved into it too. So it's not that, but it does lose more points than it would for butchering a retelling of one of my favorite tales. Moving aside from that. It's still probably, even moving aside from that, it's still probably one of the lowest, worst episodes for me out there. Even probably on par with some of the worst of season 1. I was not a fan of season 1. Yeah, this episode just didn't work for me. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna have to end here. enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's HighPriest signing out, and I will see you all next time.